some things I guess families should check on before they make a move going across state lines?
The sister moving her brother, and she didn't think she'd ever get to see him in the same state again. He's now in a nursing home and a nursing facility. All of the moving parts of what had to happen to get him from the state he was in into Texas, it overwhelmed her because not being with him in that state, she didn't know everything about his medical needs. She actually was not his power of attorney at that point in time. So they leaned on a friend that was in the area to give her all the information. So we had to unravel a lot. So it came from how do we get the clinicals? How do we start to learn more about him as a person, what his care
Sure.
needs are? It's helpful for somebody to know what can a person pay financially.
Mhm.
So digging into that side of it, learning how you get the power of attorney in one state in order to get into finances because he was
Mhm.
unable to.
Yeah.
And then when he moved to Texas, we also then had to redo all of that because it
Yeah.
didn't carry over to Texas.
Welcome to the Answers for Elders radio show.
And welcome everyone to Answers for Elders Radio Network, heard across the USA and on your favorite podcast platform. And if you're watching us here on YouTube, you're going to see two very beautiful ladies with me today. And we're going to talk about something that I don't think we have ever really talked about in a main topic. And that is how many of our listeners out there may have parents living in another state. They're figuring out, okay, if we move mom and dad from, Florida to Washington, what does that look like? And there's all kinds of scenarios based on laws, different kinds of states. And so we're very, very glad to have Melanie Gloede. And you are, Melanie, welcome to the show with our wonderful Lindsay Friedman, who is with LT CareNav and CareBLOOM. And Melanie, you are the franchise owner in Dallas Fort Worth area for CarePatrol.
Yes.
And CarePatrol is all across the USA. There are qualified, really amazing guides that can help families navigate these kind of issues. So Melanie and Lindsay, both of you, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Thank you. So I'm really intrigued with this topic that Lindsay, you brought Melanie on. And I first want to talk to you involving LT CareNav because you have people all throughout the USA that can answer certain questions in partnering with Care Patrol. Tell me a little bit, Lindsay, about what our goals are here in when a family calls in and you're having this issue.
So when they come to us, we're actually really doing assessments about needs. What do you need? How do we create a plan for you? And we
Mm-hmm.
do really robust planning for free.
Mm-hmm.
And we have learned that families have a really hard time executing on a plan. And so it was really important that we had senior care advisors who are able to help you make really wise decisions.
Mm-hmm.
And Suzanne, as you and I know, and hopefully there'll be another episode out between you and I, we were talking about some of the unscrupulous folks that kind of try to target our seniors.
Mm-hmm.
And I was so fortunate to be able to bring on Care Patrol because they are your local senior care advisor. They are
Mm-hmm.
able to point you in the right direction. They are vetted, they are professional, they are caring. And
Mm-hmm.
Melanie is one of them. She's exceptional. And she's one of the folks, if you come and you fill out an assessment, that if you're in Melanie's area, we will do a nice warm introduction because you need
Mm-hmm.
them. And
Right.
just like LT CareNav, Care Patrol is free for families.
I love that. I love that. And Melanie, you obviously you're the front line with families each and every day. There is a trend of seniors wanting to age in place, but also multi-generational living is happening more and more. So you're probably dealing with a lot of this kind of situation here whether, somebody's makes a move and they're going from one state to another. That happens probably more frequently than we realize, doesn't it?
Absolutely. Yes, it does. And we're here to help navigate both sides. If somebody does say, I want to stay home until I need to move or I have to move, or the family wants to pitch in, that's where we're great at giving resources, because sometimes people are trying to do everything on their own at home just to honor wishes of somebody staying in one place. And we can help with that side as well. And then when
Yeah.
it's time for a move, then we help navigate that portion as when that time comes.
Yeah. Yeah. And, to think about, just the overwhelming situations that families are dealing on an emotional side, to get these gotcha moments of, oh, I never thought about this or that.
Absolutely. Yes.
What are some things I guess families should check on before they make a move going across state lines?
So I had a case, and one that I can speak very specifically about,
Okay.
that was really big. It was one that I think it was a sister moving her brother, and she didn't think she'd ever get to see him in the same state again. And it was because, as she started thinking about it, all of the moving parts of what had to happen to get him from the state he was in into Texas, it overwhelmed her, because not being with him in that state, she didn't know everything about his medical needs. So
Right.
there's a layer of, he's now in a nursing home and a nursing facility, and I don't know what kind of care he's receiving. She could get calls, but she actually was not his power of attorney at that point in time. So they leaned on a friend that was in the area to give her all the information. So we had to unravel a lot. So it came from, how do we get the clinicals? How do we start to learn more about him as a person, what his care
Sure.
needs are? Because the worst thing to do is to move them across the country just to find out you don't have the proper setting prepared for that person. So we dug into that. It was finances. It's helpful for somebody to know what can a person pay financially, because
Right.
state to state it's very different how much it costs for different levels of care. So, digging into that side of it, learning how you get the power of attorney in one state in order to get into finances, because he was unable to.
Yeah.
And then when he moved to Texas, we also then had to redo all of that, because
Yeah.
it didn't carry over to Texas. So that's a huge part of it. And then just being very prepared for, how do we make sure when he gets here that everything doesn't feel like it falls apart.
Yeah.
Even as much as like transport, well, is your loved one able to sit up in your car? Can they get in and out? Because some people don't think of all the logistics of going on a trip with somebody, that
Sure.
you have to go to the toilet. And if somebody can't transfer in and out of a vehicle very well, how does that work? Pressure ulcers on their bottom, just so
Right.
many different things. So we even helped with finding a personal plane that was able to get him here at a better cost than some of the other options.
Sure.
Yeah. So
Sure.
just lots of moving parts just to even begin to leave that state. And then we then had to just be the front line of, how are we setting him up for success, and the family whenever he
Yeah.
got here.
Yeah. I know of a story that I've I've heard of. Is there's a family not too long ago just found this out. Mom was living here in Washington State. Washington State has a program called COPES, where if you need care and you're at home, you can actually get Medicaid, because you're cash poor and house rich, right?
Yes.
And so you can get Medicaid funding to help you, but then what they do, it's like a lien on your house. Well, the thing is that you don't realize that those things are happening. Well, in this case, the mother had actually purchased a home with her son and daughter, but because there was a lien on it from Medicaid, they couldn't get the sale to go through in the new state because of that. And there was a big bunch of rigmarole that they had to actually totally liquidate themselves of that before mom could even take any money out of the sale of the house to even get in there to make modifications, which is insane.
It
But
is.
this is what happens in many cases where people don't necessarily understand that. Now, if it was in Washington State, it would have been different because she would have been staying in the same state and the same governance. But if I think she moved to California or someplace in Northern California. And because of the rules in each state, it became very complicated.
Absolutely. It's a lot. Crossing state lines, it changes everything.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
So obviously, when you sit down and you meet with someone, what are the top three things that families should probably think about in this kind of scenario?
In this scenario, I think that for them to think about, and things that we always talk with people about,
Mhm.
it's not just, oh, look, that place is really close to my home and nice and pretty.
Mhm.
It's who is the person that we're helping. So who is your
Right.
family member? What's important to them? Because I think sometimes in the especially when it's a quick move that's needed
Mhm.
or something has changed drastically, they're not
Mhm.
always thinking about, hey, who's mom and dad prior to this medical event? Because the hope
Mhm.
would be that we can get back to that person.
Right.
The medical event doesn't have to, I mean, it does dictate a lot of what care needs there are, but think about all the logistics of who they are. So
True.
not just we have to put a band-aid on it, because the thing we don't like to do is to have to move people over and over and over because we made a bad choice or the family
Mm.
just picked something based on convenience of location. The next thing is obviously we have to dig into finances. They need to be able to think of things. So it's helpful to know if your family member has a long-term care policy, if
Mhm.
they're a veteran that can potentially get veterans benefits. Aid and attendance has been very
Right.
helpful for a lot of people.
Yes.
And they don't even realize it. And the thought of going through to the VA and asking for something and going through all of that process is tough. So we use a VA accredited agents who can
Yeah, you have
expedite
to.
that.
And
Yes,
I'll tell you, all you do is you dot one letter wrong, or you don't dot the
absolutely.
I in one place, it will kick back and it will push it back sometimes months.
Yes, yes. And so we try to keep from that happening. And then,
Mhm.
the other side of it is what all do you want to have brought with you? Like that's something too that like I think sometimes people don't think of what mom might really want or what dad might really
Right.
want in their new setting because that is
Hmm.
their home again. So we want to make
Yeah.
it feel like home and not just feel very
Yeah.
sterile and just like, oh, this is where I have to be here. Like
Hmm.
make it comforting. So those are
Yeah.
important too.
And it's interesting too when you mentioned something earlier in this conversation about powers of attorney, or attorney in fact. Sometimes senior living organization will take your power of attorney from another state, but you go to a bank,
Yes.
they have different rules, especially if it's a state bank. Then you're talking about an entirely different scenario. So make sure that one of the things that you're doing is if mom and dad are moving to another state or you're moving to another state and you have a POA from another area, make sure that you make sure that your paperwork is recognized or just have another document drafted. Go visit an elder law attorney, have it done the right way. Make sure that all your documentation, I think, legally is important, like you were talking about financial aid, veterans benefits, etc.
Yes. And it does help, especially if somebody's having cognitive
Yeah,
decline, to
absolutely.
not get to the point where they have had too much decline and then you have to go
Hmm.
through a much tougher process to get that.
Hmm. Absolutely, absolutely. So, Lindsay, on that note, do you have any thoughts before we close out today?
Yeah, if you come to Healthy Care Nav, we help you understand state by state. So if you create a plan and you create it in Ohio and you realize that, my daughter's in Texas and that's probably a better place, all you have to do is click one button. We rerun everything and then we'll let you know everything you need for Texas and
Wow,
what's
that's
different.
awesome.
Great.
And then and if you're in the Dallas Fort Worth area, we'll introduce you to Melanie and she will be happy to walk you through all of the details.
Yeah, yeah. And Melanie, tell us a little bit about CarePatrol again and how you help families.
Hi, so we are a no cost service. We do not charge our families. We are very personal. Get all those details like we just talked about. Don't just say, "Oh, here's your mom's name. Here's a place for you." So we dig
Hmm.
into all of that and we try to find the best 3 to 4 matches, and we then personally send out emails to show you what those options are. We also set up tours. We walk through each of those communities with our families. And then
Mhm.
we help with every single resource that they would like us to help them with along the way,
That's
whether
awesome.
it's movers, finding rehab, whatever we need to do, we do
Mhm.
that. And then we check in afterwards. So we don't just say, okay,
Yeah.
you moved, you're good. There's always little bumps in the road. And sometimes it's supporting the family to help them know
Mhm.
this change is hard, give it a couple weeks
Sure.
because they might be
Yeah.
giving them a lot of grief. But also, if your remote doesn't work and you're not asking anybody, I can help find the right person. So sometimes
Yeah.
I have had
Well,
all those calls.
and I'm going to throw something in here that is really important. Oftentimes, families are faced with finding care options when mom or dad maybe has been in a rehab center or a skilled nursing facility. And oftentimes what happens is the discharge planners and the social workers, you kind of are numb about the whole situation and you don't realize that you do have a choice.
Yes.
These are the times for families to absolutely say, you know what, I appreciate your recommendations, but I'm going to call CarePatrol. They
Absolutely.
are, and that's, I think, one of the things that we don't realize. I know when I was first entering this world 20 years ago, trying to help my mother, I didn't realize that I had choices about things. I just thought things just progressed, right? And social workers, they have their friends that they work with. It doesn't necessarily mean that they're the right fit. So finding somebody like you is really, really valuable.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Melanie, for being on the program, and we hope to have you back sometime.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Did you know that you can discover hundreds of podcasts in our library on senior care? So visit our website and discover our decision guides that will help you also navigate decision making. Find us at answersforelders.com.